Today's episode is brought to you by our community. Your prayers, comments, and shares help us reach more people with these messages. Episode 3. Daniel in the Lion's Den. Faith that defies fear. What would you do if your faith could cost you your life? Would you stay silent, or would you stand firm, no matter the consequences? In today's episode of Heroes of Faith, lessons for today, we follow Daniel, a man who faced the threat of death, not with fear, but with unwavering faith. His story still echoes in the hearts of those who refuse to bow before the pressure of this world. Daniel was just a young man when his life changed forever. Jerusalem was conquered. He and other promising youths were taken as captives to Babylon, trained to serve in the palace of a pagan king. But even in a foreign land, Daniel refused to compromise his identity. He didn't rebel, but neither did he conform. He remained faithful to God, even while serving the rulers of Babylon. His intelligence, integrity, and spirit of excellence elevated him to positions of great honor, even among his enemies. As Daniel rose in influence, jealousy grew among other officials. They couldn't find any fault in his works, so they targeted his faith. They knew he prayed 3 times a day, faithfully facing Jerusalem, so they devised a trap. They convinced King Darius to sign a decree. For 30 days, no one could pray to any god or man except the king himself. The punishment, anyone who disobeyed, would be thrown into a den of lions. Daniel hears the decree. He knows the consequences. But instead of hiding, he climbs to his room, opens the windows, just as he had always done, and kneels to pray. With a heavy heart, he orders Daniel to be thrown into the lion's den. His final words, "May your God, whom you serve continually, rescue you." The den is sealed with a stone. The night falls, the king can't sleep. Inside the den, the lions roam, but they do not touch Daniel, because God had sent an angel to shut their mouths. Faith became a shield. Prayer became a fortress. And what should have been a death sentence turned into a testimony of divine power. At dawn, King Darius rushes to the den. "Daniel, servant of the living God, has your God rescued you?" And from the shadows comes a voice of peace. "My God sent his angel, and they shut the lions' mouths. Daniel is lifted out unharmed, not a scratch." The king then issues a new decree, that all in the kingdom must respect the God of Daniel. For he is the living God, and his kingdom will never be destroyed. Today, we may not face lions, but we face fear, rejection, mockery, and pressure to give up what we believe. In a world that values convenience over conviction, Daniel teaches us that faith must be non-negotiable. He didn't wait for comfort to pray. He didn't hide his beliefs to survive. He trusted God not for the outcome, but because of who God is. And because of that, God honored him. And you? What lions are you facing right now? Is fear trying to silence your faith? Are you under pressure to conform or give up what you believe in? Write in the comments. Like Daniel, I choose to stand. Let's support each other in prayer. Let's share stories of courage. Because when one believer stands, others find the strength to stand too. Faith doesn't mean you won't face trials. It means you won't face them alone. Daniel's story reminds us that God sees, God responds, and God rescues. Until then, may you be blessed with courage and wisdom. And remember, you are stronger than you think, and God is with you always.